Hello, hello, hello. I'm not sure if anyone is going to be around since it's Sunday, but I thought I would come and say hi anyways. I just need to do one thing. I'm just going to be on. So I won't back. It don't matter. It don't matter. My it's going over the Sissy's head thing is going over my time, and I can't move it for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Everything is broken. Broken. So I'm not sure if anyone's, like I said, is going to be around, guys, but I would come on and see how everyone is doing and see if anyone, since I've been having some messages about different things, what's going on here, what's going on there, if you wanted to ask any questions, but if there's going to be no one around. Just get some air in the go. Some air. Yeah. I've got to try and figure out how to do this all, guys, from my phone properly so that I can share stuff, and because I'm sure that I know there's a way because other people does it. I just don't know how. So I need to figure that out rather sharpish. But I might figure that out next week. I'm not sure yet, but I don't know what the frig I'm doing. But I'm gonna do this. So if anyone wants to join, they are more than welcome. And then it's set up. I think it's probably still early for everyone because it's only 6 p.m. here, so it's what 1 p.m. No, Pacific, no, Eastern. 10. Hi Hoot, how are you? How are you feeling, Hoot? Hey B, did notifications come through? For some reason my notifications are sucking. What I might do though is try to take over the world. Obviously that, but how you doing, B? How's it going? It's going, yeah. I was 1 p.m. here. I'm feeling okay. No notifications yet. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my notifications. Yeah, notifications are just being a nightmare right now. Yeah. It's being a pain in the butt. It has been an absolute nightmare right now. But maybe I can put it on my quality tab. Maybe if I do that as well, it might help. I don't know why the notifications ain't going to people. It's so weird. It's so weird. I'm glad that you're doing okay. It's so much going on right now. It's just I think everyone's going through the mill, you know? There's so much going on. I just got the notification now. Okay. I don't know why the notification's being so annoying. But I've just put it on my community tab and on IG, so I was like, what on earth is going on? Maybe I think it's probably because I don't come on very often anymore. So because I don't come on very often, maybe the notifications are sucking a little bit. I don't know. But I know that a lot of people are like was asking and wondering why I went up on Siwa's chat last night. So rather than answering a million questions, I thought I would just come on and then if somebody had a question, I can answer it. Hey Chopper, how are you? Mentally, this mess on YouTube puts a strain on everyone. I 100% agree with that. I really do. Like, we're still trying to like figure it out, like who's in the right, who's in the wrong, who, in this scenario and in that scenario. Allegedly, did your boss get my email? Allegedly, that's what I need to know. Because like we emailed and we had like a really good conversation, and I just told him straight, like, this is just too much. Okay, this is just too much on us. We just can't take it. Okay, we need time together. We need quality bonding time. Whose chat were you on? I went into Siwa's live last night. I was only in there for a very, very short time. I was babysitting, but I've had a couple of people ask me why and stuff like that. And because it's not up, I think people were like, well, what the heck? It was just, I went on, I was telling my story about what happened with adoption and all of that when I was younger. So it was just that. It was literally just that. But I couldn't stay on too long, obviously. I was babysitting, and that sort of conversation's not for little ears. Do you know what I'm saying? We thought you were a cold interview wanting to work with me. Tell him, listen, right? We're gonna have problems. We need quality bonding time. I keep telling him he's not listening, man. He needs to like clean his ears out. I'm sending him Q-tips tomorrow. Cooking, so we'll be back and forth, but listening. Okay, cool, no problem. I just thought it was like, oh my God. I just think for me, like, I don't think anything like that should be shared. I don't. And whether it's, and to be perfectly honest, like, I know people are saying, oh, well, the essay part isn't true or is true or isn't true. But to be honest, it really doesn't matter. Just as much as I don't think Katie Joy's story should be put out there, I don't feel like mine should be put out there. And whatever my feelings towards Siwa was, I still don't think, even if I hated her guts, which I don't hate anybody, but even if I hated her guts, I still don't feel like that story should be put out. He turned into your channel is what he actually said. Tell him it's just not good enough. Hi Beverly. I just like it's just not on. Although I haven't been on for like I keep like sort of nipping on doing a half hour here and there or an hour, and then I really should have a schedule. Like I'm going to be going live every such and such day. You know what I mean? At such and such time. But he's a hoot. Yeah, he's come on. Then he can see, then he knows then that he needs to come and have a chat with us. And we'll chill him out for the afternoon. Maybe have like, margarita or two. you imagine? Imagine a random coming in at the moment with all this drama into any of these bloody chats. They'd be like, what on God's green earth is going on? You've got all these different chats, all these different people fighting and squabbling and oh my God, can you imagine? Can you imagine like a random person just sort of coming across my channel or somebody else's channel? They'd be like, what the F is freaking going on? Don't you think? I think it'd be so weird. I'd just be too sex. Can you imagine? My God, that would be so funny. People coming in going, what the frig have I just walked into? I'm still gonna stick to my guns though. I'm truly not on anyone's side. Like I'm not. Sorry. I know people wanted me to be on one side or the other, but I'm not. I'm on my side. I'm going to be selfish and be completely selfish on these and just be on my little tiny little island in on the YouTube world and just have fun and be stupid on YouTube. I can't get a grip of any of these disagreements, fights, or nastiness. Allegedly, me either. Like I'm trying. I'm really trying to figure out like who I think is right and wrong and what I think and this. And I can't. I genuinely can't. And I'm really not on anyone's side. I'm on my side. I'm going to be completely selfish and stick with my little island and just, just being here. What have I just walked into? Joking. Hey everyone. Hi, dear Joe. Hi, Ria. Like, I'm happy with my little tiny channel with my little few subs that we have little good old convos with. I don't feel I need to be picking sides and doing this, that, and the other. I don't. And I'm not going to. Sorry, but I'm not. I refuse. I'm going to be a completely selfish bitch and just stick to my own little side of the corner. I think it's weird that some people are hanging out in other chats they never hang normally be in just to get dirt to report back. Kind of weird. I agree. But what's the point in that? That's just causing more hassle. Like, if people know now not to do it with me, even my friends who I talk to, even they will limit what they show me. If they think it's going to hurt my feelings for no reason, they just won't show me. And it's not them hiding stuff from me or being shady or anything like that. They'll just think she'll just get upset. She'll stress out for no reason. There's no point in showing her. Do you know what I mean? And I think everyone needs to do that unless it's something super important that you feel the person needs to know. Otherwise, just don't go back and forth. Like you can talk amongst yourselves, obviously, I'll like see something and I'll message allegedly and be like, oh my God, did you see this or something? Do you know what I mean? But you don't need to go back and forth. It's probably the reporting back that bothers me. Yep, exactly that. When a person is assayed, if they tell someone, they may say, it happened to me and you feel better and you're not alone versus no, you didn't. I would never question that. Me either, her. And this is what I was saying. Like, they can say it's lies and all of this. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter because things like that shouldn't be put out. Do you know what I'm saying? It just shouldn't be. It shouldn't be put out. And it's irrelevant of how I feel about anybody. I feel exactly the same way across the board. Like it wouldn't matter whose it was. I feel exactly the same way across the board. I didn't feel that mine needed to be spread around behind the scenes. I didn't feel like Katie Joy's need to, and I don't feel like this one needs to either. But I think it's I think Erin's kind of opened the door for it to be normal. Do you know what I mean? They're normalizing this, and that's just weird to me. And like the fact that Erin said, "Oh, I believe the actual RAPE, but what she was saying about the police. It's not your fucking business. Like, it really isn't. Like, calm your fucking head down and just stop. If you believe her, you by reading it is victimizing her all over again. So by you saying that you believe it actually makes it worse. And all these just other fights, like I still feel sorry for um AZ. I do. I really do feel bad for her. I think she genuinely wanted her friend to stand up for us. Do you know what I mean? I'm making excuses for doing it, shaking my head. Exactly that, allegedly. Exactly that. It's always an excuse, though. Nothing in my head, and maybe just because I've been through it myself, so I feel a little differently. But no, there is no excuse. There's nothing at all that somebody could do. And it's like when Ren did it to me just recently, you know? Nothing I could have ever done to Ren would warrant that. You know, and he said, "Oh, you spoke about my daughter." No, I didn't. Show me the evidence where I spoke about your daughter, because I didn't. And I don't do things like that. I don't. I've learned a lot over these last 2 years, and there's certain things that I just don't do. Like, I don't. It's just not okay. Like, it's not. And then you've got all these other people then like doing lives on their own channels, like trying to, bolster their subs, and I don't know. Like AZ say, own your nasty. I agree with her on that one. I do, honestly. I do. Like, me and AZ ain't friends or anything like that, but I actually felt her pain because I've been there. I've been there in a friendship that I've wanted my friend to stick up for me, and she hasn't. Do you know what I mean? It's done the whole, oh no, I can't do it. It's nothing to do with me. You two work it out. Do you know what I mean? When you've been there for a friend and you think you've been there the whole time, and I don't think AZ saw it as a online friendship, sort of quote unquote. I think she thought of it as a real friendship because she did. She was there supporting Charlotte when nobody else supported Charlotte. And I think she's forgot about that. Then she also said she called the bar to White Knight KJ and asked why they didn't call the police when the caller were harassing the bar owners. Oh, I remember that. No, I remember that. No one should be shamed. No one should be shamed for it. If it happened to me when I was a kid, my mum said, "Don't say anything," was my uncle. So when I was about 40, I pulled him aside and told him I remember what he did to me. Wow, that's so brave, Hope. That's really brave to do that. That really is brave. That's super brave for you to do that. And that back in those days, though, Hope, and it's the same sort of back in my day as well, it was just things like that were swept under the carpet, it wasn't spoken about. It was, we'll just deal. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. It was just not spoken about and not dealt with. Like, back then, it wouldn't have been, I'm going to the police. It would just been, okay, we'll deal with it within the family and we'll sweep it all under the carpet. But you were super brave doing that. Fair play to you. I think be with Erin, she does think that she is like this superior being, that she feels that um she can she's the moral compass. Yeah. I'm sorry that happened to you, Hook 3. Me too, Hook 3. You are courageous lady. Well done. Sipping tea with me. I told my mum I wouldn't, so I waited till she died and I told him off. Real good. Got my closure. Good for you, Hoot. I'm so proud of you. I'm really proud of you for doing that. It's definitely not easy, and I'm super proud that you did that, because it does help. It really does help. It really is me. It's you're taking your power back by doing that. For sure. And I love that you did that. That's pretty cool. Fair play. I just think everyone needs to like just chill the fuck out. That's what I think. Closure is important. It really is. It really, and a lot of people, what you got to remember, and especially back in the day, a lot of people didn't get that closure. They really didn't. They didn't get the that closure. People generally just swept it under the carpet, and it'll go away, it doesn't happen. And yeah, the shame that came along with it, especially when it was a family member. It was always, oh, no, 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 we just sort of sweep that into the carpet, pretend that doesn't exist. And it's just sad. It's a sad world, and I am glad that more and more people are coming forward. But it is a huge thing to go to court. Like, I remember coming out of court, and Carl's best mate took me because he had to work. So Carl's best mate took me because it was in the next city over. We came out of court, and he just looked at me and he was like, drink. I was like, drink. And me and Sean literally went to the pub, didn't we, for like 2-3 hours, and just sat there. And he just like, drink, drink, drink. And he just kept passing me like, I don't even remember. I was drinking shorts. I was drinking everything, because he just like, just drink, get drunk. I'll get you home, and you can just go and have a bath and go to bed, because he was just like, he was so good though. He was really, really good. We don't even know which pub. We didn't go to any particular pub. It was the closest pub, and it was like nearest alcohol. That's what it was. And Sean was like, I'm getting you a drink. And he was like, use a tequila, get that down you for starters, and then we'll finish. And then he drove me home. I think it was just by the time you sort of was getting home then. And then I had a bath, and I was steaming and went to bed. So that helped. And it does help having people around you that can help you as well, hmm Well, the day it was in the paper, the next day, another one of our close friends called me and said, I'm uptown, come and have a coffee. Karen was like, get up and have a coffee with me now. And I was like, okay, I'm coming. I'll meet you in 5 minutes. And like, she moves. Yeah. She was like, get your butt up and come and have a coffee with me. We need to chat. And I was like, okay, I'm coming. So, we all need that. We all need a support system, and it is super hard. I told him at my mum's wake, he looked down and left. What was important to me was my mum said, as long as I'm alive, don't say anything. So I respected her wishes. I'm so proud of you. Like, I'm proper, proper proud of you. That's amazing. Because that takes balls, Hoot. Like, you know that, right? That takes pure balls. It's just sad. It's just sad. Like, and I think and like, some of you can disagree with me here. I'm always up for disagreements and working through it. But I always sit and wonder, like, how many women don't report it, but how many men don't? Do you know what I mean? Like, how many young boys and men have gone through this and not reported it out of sheer embarrassment, or just just not knowing and not knowing who to talk to because, as a man, you're supposed to be, and as a boy, you're supposed to be strong and you're supposed to, work through your issues and stuff like that. And I always sit and I wonder how many boys and men have grown into men that got like issues, say that we all know these boys that some of them they can't commit, or they got drinking problems, or they got drug problems, and all of this sort of thing. And I always sit and wonder, like, what is the reasoning behind that? Do you know what I mean? Like, one of our friends, he started doing hard intravenous drugs very early on. He was early teens, and he continued right up. When did he get clean? About 38, 39? Was it a little earlier than that?
Like 35.
35. And he got clean, but he would use because he was abused, and he got clean. He would use because it would help him forget. Do you know what I mean? He would just try and get his head around it, I suppose. And I always wonder how many boys and men are out there that are just don't deal with it. Hey, Ams, how's you? It just makes me sad because there are men out there, aren't there, that got so many issues. And if we got issues, like I know I've got issues from it. Do you know what I'm saying? I've got to go back to the beginning. I'll catch up on times too. Hey, Jean, no problem. There's gotta be a lot, I reckon. There's no times three, there's only times two. Luckily, I get taken the piss out of for talking slowly, so I'm not so bad on times two. Yeah. Hello there. How is everyone doing today? Hi, Shahid. Good, thank you. Not all drug use and alcoholic were abused, however. No, for sure not. Sorry, I didn't make that clear. No, I didn't mean that. I was just like, I wonder if there's like any background in to something, do you know what I mean, that makes them tick. But that's just me trying to psychobabble people. But it just makes me sad. It makes me sad. It makes me sad. I don't like it. True, Joe, so many that don't tell. There's lots that don't tell. It's a shame thing, like, not so much now in the youths, but back in the day, it really was yeah, but it was a lot of shame back then. Like, even if you told your parents wouldn't even do anything about it. Where nowadays, a lot, sometimes it's genetic. I agree with you, B. But back in the day, it was a lot like, no, let's just like rub that into the carpet and forget about it. But
just that, it'd be worse than that. They basically wouldn't leave the child.
Yeah, I just think that's sad. That is so sad. Drugs are bad, McKee. Sorry. South Park, bad joke. I don't watch South Park. But I'm guessing that my nephews do, so they probably would get that joke more than me, Ams, to be fair. That was a whoosh over my head. I'm definitely not a South Park girl. Oh, I did like the song, the chocolate, was it chocolate golden covered balls or something that they what was that song they did? Chocolate covered balls or something. I can't remember what it was. It was something like that. No, but you are right, B. A lot of it is genetics. But there got to be ones out there that as well that don't. Do you agree? Do you think there's going to be men out there that also don't tell? And like looking now, right, with I don't know whether you guys know, with the UK, and I think it's happening in these states as well. A lot of people now are coming forward from like celebrity standpoints of when they were younger and celebrities were, forceful with them, to put it that way. and a lot are coming forward now, and a lot of celebrities here are being prosecuted for it, for stuff that happened like 40 years ago, 30 years ago, all of these kind of things. And I'm like, wow, that's just crazy. They probably thought, took so much to get, and they must have some kind of multiple people saying the same kind of story to be able to get it through the CPS here. The CPS here is not Child Protective Services. This CPS here is the Crime Prosecution Service. I don't know. I hate the fact that anyone has to go through it. I do. I just think life sucks sometimes. If it's not one thing, it's another. If it's not like things you're dealing with mentally or physically, it's, marital issues, or, something's going on with your kids, or, it's always something. Hey, Patty. Here in the US, alcohol addiction go hand in hand with mental illness and developmental disabilities. Unfortunately, it's probably the same way in the UK. That's true. Yeah, it is true. I think a lot in the UK it starts off as well as like you know, when you're a kid, they go out, they, start smoking weed, take a couple of E's or do a little bit of fat here and there, and then it progresses to bigger and better and harder stuff. Does that make sense? Hi, Colleen, by the way. Sorry, that was rude. I know my grandfather was very abusive to my mother. He was an alcoholic. So was my uncle. My mother never drunk or abused me or my sisters, but my uncle was a raging alcoholic. So sad. My biological father was the same, B. My biological father was really, 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 really abusive. When he died, like I didn't even cry. I had to go and pick up his stuff from his house. I literally, well, from this like crack house. I picked up his stuff. I kept like 3 items and threw the rest in the bin outside. Didn't even shed a tear, wasn't bothered at all. I know that sounds really heartless, but I wasn't. I work in an addiction disability field, so I see it every day. Oh my God, Colleen, how do you deal? Does that play on your mind? Does it like play um like when you go home, do you still like things go over in your head? Because it would for me. I'd love to do something like that, but I think I'd be too emotionally invested. Does that make sense? I'm guessing you have to learn to cut off, would you know? It's like I'd love to do a foster kids, but I'm not sure whether I'd be strong enough, as in like being able to have these kids here for months and months on end and then give them back to somebody I know that's an abusive asshole. Does that make sense? I'm not sure I could do it. If you can do it, it's an amazing job. Like something to do like that is just so amazing. Carl's brother is a counselor for RAPE victims. Is Chopper here? She's listening, but I think she said she was cooking maybe or something. She's listening though. I'm a recovering alcoholic. My only sibling passed away from a heroin overdose, and I just felt pulled into helping people that suffer from it. Wow, Colleen, you're amazing. Two out of my four kids ended up addictive personalities. One son has beaten it. Thank God. I think that's probably why I didn't even do drugs, because I have got an addictive personality. And I know that I would, go too far. I know that I wouldn't just stop on a little bit of weed, say. Probably now I'd be able to just because of my age. But when I was younger, I'm not sure I would have just been able to stop at a little smoke, if that makes sense. That's scary. I think addiction like touches a lot of people like in their real life, doesn't it? If they're not, or if they ain't a recovering, they know somebody close to them who is. and I have serious disabled son. So I have a passion for people with disabilities, not to mention I'm on the spectrum as well. Colleen, you're amazing. Wow. I've worked with a variety of population that through the years you yeah, you get emotionally involved, but it's worth it. B says, congratulations, Colleen, on your sobriety. 100%. That's insane. I'd love to. I don't know. Jean works the same, don't you, Jean? You work with children with disabilities. Jean's our little angel, isn't she? Isn't she, Jean? Isn't that amazing? I'll hit my 6 years in May. Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations. That's absolutely immense. That's really amazing. Yeah, our Jean works with disabled children. Anybody that does that is just amazing in my book. They certainly don't get paid enough for it. 100%. No, I feel the same though about like ambulance drivers and stuff like that. Police, they get abused so badly, and none of them get paid enough for what they do. Yeah, and yeah, politicians get a fuckload of money. Hey, Chrissa, how are you? How you feeling, girl? Are you starting to feel better? Yeah, that's huge. 6 years. I've also noticed the environment plays a role in addiction as well, unfortunately. Yeah, I agree with that. I've seen that firsthand as well. I 100% agree with that. Like I grew up on a council estate, and I suppose you would call that like the ghetto-y type area, low income projects, yeah, like the projects. And a lot of the people that I grew up with um have been or still have issues with drug, alcohol, that kind of thing, and all got criminal records. I love my littles. They make my life so much better. That's because you're just so special, Jean. You're an absolute special person, 100%. Sitting here while another abscess drains. I have another infection. Oh, God. Yeah, she's not catching a break at all. If people are raised in a drug alcohol home, they have a higher chance of suffering from addiction themselves, especially in the lower income people. Yeah, that's exactly what I was just saying then. Like, I was super lucky to come out of the estate without a criminal record. All of my friends, I don't think there's one friend that haven't got a criminal record and or been to jail, boys and girls. Like they've all been to jail. Feel better soon, Chrissa. A lot of, it is a lot to do with, and there's nothing to do. I found that as well. Like, I don't know if you'll agree here, Colleen, but in these estates where I grew up, which is kind of like the projects, there's nothing for these kids to do. They're bored. So that's when they start experimenting on alcohol and drugs and all of this stuff because they're bored and shitless. They have nothing to do. Like, do you know what I mean? They literally like sat there with absolutely nothing to do and what bored kids, like, That's the problem. Bored kids are just a nightmare in itself. You add poverty and crap home life to that, there's only one road. It's just so sad. It just really is just so sad. It is really sad. Breaks my heart. I think a part of it could be that the lower income people try to just fit in and they don't have the same opportunities as people in a high income family. It's true. We were saying that Carl and I were talking. Oh God, it must have been a couple of weeks ago now, and I was saying like growing up, it never entered my head, not even once, that I would go on to university. Like never. Like it was never even on the agenda or even a possibility. Do you know what I'm saying? It was never anything that, oh, well, somebody will go on to university. Like nobody in my family, apart from my child, went on to university. And that was obviously with no part of my doing, that was her parents. It's funny to me, Joe, when I hear you hear a state, I think big fancy mansions and a lot of property. No, estates here of I think the estates are pretty much like the projects, I would think. Yeah, they're council estates, low income, and not all of them are low income people on there. Not at all. Yeah, it is. Times have changed. But back in the day, it was, it was a low income. It it wasn't. I don't know anybody of my friends that went on to university. One of my friends did later on in life. Michelle did later on. She was like my best friend growing up in school. She's a nurse now. She went on and did a nursing degree and stuff, but that was a bit later on in life. But a lot of them, have criminal records from very early on. And, a lot of my friends have been in a jail their whole, adult life, or on tag, or on bail, or on probation, or do you know what I mean? It's always something. They're all, and I think there was only maybe two of us, me and probably someone else. I'm trying to think who. I don't know. I can't even think of another person that didn't have a criminal record. Michelle didn't have a criminal record actually, so there was two. Hey, yeah, how are you, beautiful girl? But where we grew up, it was bored. We would literally just hang around the streets, causing havoc unintentionally. Like we didn't mean to cause havoc, but we did cause havoc. I know that now as an adult. Like we caused absolute havoc. No alcohol or drugs, high income in our home, no criminal background, four children, two college graduates, one PhD. My youngest has a master's degree and still two struggled. That's crazy, isn't it, B?
Routines.
Yeah.
That's a bad thing to say.
It's not always. No, it isn't. It's just sometimes shit happens sometimes, I see Mr. StreamYards is no longer with us. Rest in peace, not. Yep, I got rid of it. Nobody does the games anyway, and I only put it on for the games ages ago because Dove and all them would like it. So, but
well,
they all
was the 9 ball.
Yeah, they all liked it, but nobody does it anymore, so it's not needed. It's not needed no longer. It is more of a hassle.
It will come up if you do the multiple things, but not in a bad way. It will come up.
Yeah, no, he keeps telling off people. He is lurking. He came out one time throughout. He was gone. Oh my God, yeah, I remember he did actually. Yeah, and we were like, "What are you doing? Yeah. You're not allowed here." Yeah, you're not allowed here. Who do you think you are? We blocked you. I have, yeah. I took him off as mod. That's what I did because I didn't know how to do the other thing. Because I need to get on the computer for that. But yeah. I think that is like, I think B, you're just probably like an exception to the rule, but sadly, I know that sounds bad, but It's just so sad. Like, and I think it takes over as well. Like it becomes an issue before you realize it becomes an issue with some people. Some people can do recreational. We've got a friend that doesn't smoke, doesn't do any drugs or anything like that. Yet if they go out, they'll do everything and anything and smoke. They generally don't. They won't put a fag in their mouth just on a day-to-day basis. And they won't like just, randomly go out drinking on a day-to-day basis either. But if they go out clubbing, they will do whatever drugs are available and smoke and drink. But yet, you know, the rest of the days, weeks, months, nothing. I was the first to complete high school in my family. However, I even went to college. My sister finally got her GAD and finally got some education. Education is so important.
You don't think that.
You don't as a child, but it is just so important. Addiction can happen in any home. It's definitely not prejudiced. It's just more common in the lower income families. I agree, Colleen. I think it was when you roll for Lexa and say 100 in Welsh, when she started to speak Chinese or Japanese or something. Yeah. That was funny, that was. That was that was pretty funny. Hmm? Yes. I did manage to drink most of it actually. Thank you. My ice is in the bottom of the little freezer. Thank you. I need an ice drink. I'm hot and bothered. Yeah. Addiction sucks. Hi, Jackal. Both sizes. Little Jackal's getting more lumps on his legs, guys. I noted like 3 more lumps this morning when I come home, or this afternoon when I come home, rather. I think a lot of use of substances has to do with who choose it as friends, as young people. Yeah. It just worry me, kids growing up now, especially with the celebrities, because they have all the money and live in celebrities that actually are very hard mentally. May I have an energy drink, please? Yeah. Well, look at Ozzy's kids. All out of 3 kids, 2 were very, very in their addiction, and the one wasn't, isn't it? It can be peer pressure. It's definitely a factor. Oh, I think I don't think you're prejudiced at all. I think everyone just breaks the mold sometimes. My son definitely, thank you. My son definitely did that. Yeah, I found like 3 more on the one leg. And I haven't looked closely. I look when we go out now later of the others. But he just wanted lots of love when I came in because he's not used to me not being here. And I wasn't home for like over 24 hours. And I was like, the poor baby. Wasn't he from Australia? Who? Sorry, I'm lost. Who, Colleen? Do you mean Aussie? Aussie's from Birmingham. He's a Brummie. Aussie is Brum. It's from Birmingham. Birmingham. I'm not very good with accents, can you tell? Carl, I want my coffee and I'm not sharing it with Ria. Patty said she wants her coffee and she's not sharing it with your Ria. Patty wants coffee and she's not sharing it with Ria. Or Ria. Yeah, Ozzy's from here. He's from Birmingham. He's a Brummie. No, you spelt it right. Yeah, he's a brub. He's from the UK. He was born and bred in Birmingham. Birmingham. Because they talk like that in Birmingham. All right, love. They talk like that. From Brummie. From Birmingham. That was more Liverpool, that was. Jesus Christ. I went from like Brummie to Birmingham then. I want some coffee. B want coffee as well. Yeah, his accent. He's a Brum. I took my coffee. I took my coffee machine to my brother's, thinking be a smart ass because like I like my coffee, and I forgot the little bloody bit, so I couldn't. I was like, oh my god, I'm not going all the way home and getting it now, even though it's not that far. I only live like what 20 minutes from my brother's house, but I'm still wasn't going all the way home for it. I was like, nope. But I had a really, really nice night. My niece was upstairs. She didn't want anything. She was just happy playing on her game. And me and my nephew chilled and watched movies all night. And we both fell asleep on the sofa. We woke up 7 o'clock this morning, still on the sofa. We were like, oops, we didn't go to bed. My friend ordered me a coffee shake. It's on the way here. Ooh, yum. You deserve something. My dad would wear an Aussie shirt almost every day, or a Rolling Stones. I love those band shirts, though. I know, like, I'm not saying band shirts because, like, everyone goes mad because of the fight with band shirts, but I want to try and find, my nephew loves Marvel stuff, so I'm going to try and find him a nice Marvel shirt, like t-shirt. She drank my last cup. I got an energy drink with ice. My brother didn't have any ice. I was gutted. I was like, what? No, why have my brother got ice? But at least my brother and um, sister-in-law had a nice night away. It's nice when you've got kids to have a nice night away, isn't it? My oldest son loves Marvel. Oh, my nephew's so into it. I watched 3 Marvel films over the last 24 hours, Colleen. And I'm not a Marvel kind of person, but if that's what it takes to have some quality time with my nephew, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. He's definitely a rock and roll fan. I love that song that Ozzy did with what's his daughter, Kelly. We're going through changes. I loved that song, didn't I? It just reminds me of me and Daddy. Like, I don't know why. It's just when they like just watching it and listening to it just reminds me of my dad. I just think of my daddy. I don't know the whole thing. I just know it. We're going through changes. I don't know the rest though. No, I don't either. I don't even remember the words. Hospital food sucks. Oh God. What you need is when Mr. Carl comes and sees you, ask him to bring salt and pepper. It's a game changer, okay? It's a game changer with hospital food. Hospital food, just ask him to just bring you some salt and pepper in like a little zippy bag or something. It's a game changer. Yeah, that's a good song, Joe. Yeah, Ozzy did it by himself, which was still a good song when Ozzy did it. But when they both did it, I don't know, it just had more meaning to me. It was a good song. I can't remember the whole lot of it, though. I just remember that one little bit of "We're Going Through Changes." It's a good song. It's a good song.
It has merit.
It does have merit. I'm not gonna lie. There's one song that I like that is Carl's song. He likes it, and I just when I first heard it, I was like, "Oh my god, this is just so funny." It goes, A friend in need's a friend indeed. A friend with weed is better. A friend with breasts and all the rest. A friend who's dressed in leather. Joe, I have to say you have created a wonderful, safe place for us all. Thank you, Patty. I don't want any drama in here. Everyone's welcome. You know, if you got fights between yourselves, then just keep it out in my chat. I just don't care. I'll be live till day to let me out, if they let me out. Oh, that'd be cool. I'd put the bell on anyway, so I'll get notifications. Hopefully, my best friend's husband got taken into hospital a couple of weeks ago, and now he's got to stay 4 to 6 weeks because he's got an infection behind his heart. Love him. It's just like so much. It's so bad. I felt so bad. And my sissy's husband passed away, which is just God right awful. It's like people are just not lasting like they used to. And I don't know why. It's just I feel almost shy going live. Same. I don't do drama chat either. No, I'm not. I refuse to be involved in anyone's drama, Chrissa. I got enough stress of my own in my own life, you know. I don't need to create any. And I know it, and you probably understand this, Chrissa, because you're going through stuff yourself. I know I'm not mentally strong enough to deal with it. So if I'm not mentally strong to deal with it, I'm just not going to get involved. Do you know what I mean? And you'll be fine going live, babe. Everyone loves you and they understand why you haven't been on and you've been poorly, you know? Yeah, you definitely got to think about yourself. She's had surgeries and stuff and she keeps having abscesses and they have to drain them and stuff. She's been so poorly, lover. I have to run, everyone. It was nice talk to you ladies. Have a good night. Bye, Colleen. Have a good day, hun. Yeah, I'm definitely not being involved in anyone's drama. I'm going to be completely selfish and be like, I am going to stick in my little corner and not be involved in anyone's drama. They can all fight around me if they want. I don't care. I just don't want to. Krista, you'll be fine. You have such a great rapport with your audience. Yeah. Hope you will be able to go live. Think many have missed you and you will forget about being shy. Yeah, for sure, Krissa. For sure. And just talk, babe. Just be you. Just be you. You've got it. You've got this. You for sure got it. It's just you'll start feeling better as well when you're out of there as well, you know. There's nothing worse than being stuck in hospital. I feel so sorry for Big Jim being able to stick in there for 4 to 6 weeks, they've said. It just sucks. Like they've been married since they were like young. And the babies are missing him, the children are missing him, the grandchildren are missing him. I hate it. I hate the fact that everyone's just getting so sick at the moment. And it's seriously worrying me as well. Like, you know, I was literally spoke to Carl about it last night and we're gonna like get life insurance just because it is, I don't know, it's just scaring me right now that everybody, like my mum died at 65, my brother-in-law just died now, it's like 60, you know, or not even 60. You'd be 60 this month. Do you know what I mean? And that's just so scary to me. And we both, I don't know, I'm really, really nervous. And I just think we're going to look up. I started looking last night at some different life insurances. I just think it's super important right now. It really is. Even if it is like a couple of pound each, that is tough for your friend's husband, Joe. It really is, because they're just not used to being apart. Like, they're just not. So she's not sleeping very well or resting very well, and I obviously trying to make sure she's okay because I don't want her being poorly either. Thankfully, there's enough kids that will help and stuff like that, and like my princess is just so good. She's really good. She loves her granny, and she'll do whatever for granny that granny needs. So, and there's enough of them. There's sister and Black and Wheezy and brother, and there's enough people there that will help her. But she's stubborn as well. She does lots herself. She's very stubborn. I tell her this all the time, how stubborn she is. Chrissy, you deserve all this love. You've never been mean to anyone. No, exactly. And I like that Krista stays out of all the freaking drama as well. Like, I've never had any run-ins with Krista at all. And I would hope that if I'd done anything to offend her, she would just come and speak to me about it. I think she would. Like, I piss people off all the time with not intentionally, obviously, but I think if I pissed her off, she would be coming towards me like, "What the fuck, Joe?" And we would talk it out and be fine. We've never had any run-ins, but I'm sure that if I pissed her off somehow, she would definitely come and tell me. And she'd be like, "What were you talking about? What'd you say that for?" And I'm like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that, or I meant to say it, blah, blah, blah." Because that's normally me. My damn phone refuses to put a on Krista. Yeah, it's all right. My dad passed young also, but women live long in my family. But unfortunately, we have what my father passed from. It's scary. It is scary, and that's why we're thinking about life insurance now, because we're both in our 40s, and it scares me. And I think, I would hate to have to put that much pressure on my husband if I go. And most of my family, died of cancer very young. So that scares me as well, that I'm probably at a higher risk of getting that. So I would, I definitely, I would. I don't like drama at all. Yeah. I thought you would. If I ever do, just come and have a go at me. Come and tell me. And be like, "Joe, man, what are you doing?" Yeah, give me a slap, and I'll literally explain myself or explain what I said, or because sometimes I say things the wrong way, and I don't mean to say it that way. So sometimes if I explain myself, yeah, it makes more sense. But sometimes I'll blabble away, and then people will be like, "Oh my God, was you being nasty?" I'm like, "No, I really wasn't. I swear, I was being cocky or being funny or something." Yeah, we're going to definitely look at life insurance for sure. For sure, for sure, for sure. Say my best Patty. I loves my Patty and my Rias. I loves everyone in here. That's why I love my little chat. Like when I was going after Katie Joy and I had hundreds in my chat, it wasn't the same as now. I love it. I know other people would probably be like, "Well, what's the point just for having 20, 30 people in your chat?" I like my little chats. I really do. I like having just a few little people in here that we can have a conversation. We don't all have to agree. We can all disagree and talk about it. And we either go, "Okay, yeah, I understand what you're saying," or "No, I still disagree," but that's okay. That's okay.
Okay to disagree.
And we're all very respectful. It's okay if we don't agree, but it's all a respectful. We just had a huge conversation then about friggin', addiction. We all had different points and views, but we were all perfectly respectful about it. I yell at Jo all the time. She takes it well. I do. She does. She does. I just try and be like a good person. Like I've been down the road on YouTube of being that utter bitch, you know, and it wasn't healthy for me. It really wasn't, and I don't want to go back down that road. I want to be. I want to try and be better and do better. Do you know what I'm saying? And people are still going to hold grudges on me and still going to do this, that, or the other. And, oh, well, why did you do that? Why did you do that? Why did you do that? I could only do what I feel is right at the time. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I had a lot of messages as, well, why did you go on Siwa's live last night? And I'm like, well, because she was talking about a subject that I knew about. And she was asking me questions in the chat. It was super hard to answer via texting, like via on comments. You know that I'm all not great at writing comments for starters. It was easier just to go up and tell my side of the story and explain what happened. And oh, Joe, speaking of which, check your messages. Okay, I'll check them as soon as I'm off here. I had messages of a missed call came up last night. I was like, oh, it didn't ring. And then I looked and it was like Sassy. I was like, what the heck? And it was from like 24 hours ago. I was like, what the heck? I'll check. And it was just easy for me to just sort of go and say, go up on her live and say, well, this was my story. This what happened. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything bad, you know? And I'm really not taking people's sides. I'm not. I'm just doing what I feel is best right now. And I really don't want to fight with anybody. I really don't. Joe, you are better. Thank you, Patty. I am trying really hard. I'm not getting anyone's drama. I'm not speaking badly of anybody, you know. I can't stand creators who say you can't watch so and so or can't be friends. That's just not me. And you've been around here a long time with me, and that's one thing that I've never ever said to anybody ever. I've never ever said that if you're watching so and so you can't come and watch me, or I'm going to block you from my chat. That's the one thing I've never ever done, and I will never ever do that ever. You are grown ass people. You can watch who the hell you want to watch and like who the hell you want to like, you know? We all have different people that we like and don't like, and I'm not into that. I've never done it, and I swore when I first started YouTube I wasn't going to be that person. Even in my worst days of hating Katie Joy, I never once told anybody never to watch her. I never did. I never ever said don't watch that person or don't watch that person. It's one thing I've always said I wouldn't do and I'm not going to do. Everyone is a grown-ass adult. Do you know what I mean? I don't do that either. You're all welcome. You're always welcome. Yeah, Chris has said that before because I said that I don't speak in Chris's live because I didn't want her getting any crap for me speaking in her live. And Chris was like, no, screw that. Nobody is going to be attacked in my live. If you want to come in my live and talk, you come in my live and talk. Like, no, that doesn't fly with me. It's like nobody's going to get attacked for being in my chat at all. Just because you are subscribed to someone doesn't mean you are owned by them. And it's not just that. Just because you're subscribed to somebody, like, doesn't mean you agree with everything they do or say either, you know? Like, people who subscribe to me doesn't mean that they agree with every word that comes out of my mouth. And I know that for 100% because some of you tell me. Do you know what I mean? Some of you will come and say, Joe, I don't agree with what you said there. And I'm fine with that. You know, I'm fine. You don't have to agree with everything I say or everything I do. And just because you're in here doesn't mean you're co-signing either. You know, you're not co-signing my bad behavior. Not that I do anything bad behavior, but when I was in my bad behavior stage, it doesn't mean that anyone's co-signing it. I was being a bitch all by myself, you know? Nobody should be a dictator. No, I agree. And you're just going to lose people if you do that, you know? You are. I remember saying it a few months back to Krista, and Krista was like, no, if you want to talk in my chat, you talk in my chat. Nobody's gonna like come at you because I won't allow it. Everybody's welcome in my chat. This is called being an adult. Exactly, Jean. Exactly that. All by myself. I can't get that high. I can't sing full stop, but I definitely can't get that high. And Christ, there's nobody on enough to warrant saying you should just watch me all the time. I do what, an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours here and there. Krista has actually asked her live chat to be nice to me, Katie, not that any of them have ever been mean to me. Yeah, that's what she did. She was really nice. She was like, because I was like, I don't want to cause problems in there, which I don't, and I would never want to. I would never want to cause problems in anyone's chat. But Krista was like, no, if you want to come in my chat, come in my chat and say hi. Right, I agree where that's wrong to blame audience for creators' actions. Exactly that, Krista. Like, I don't agree with everybody all of the time, and that's okay. Like, it's okay to not agree. And you're not co-signing somebody's bad behavior by being in a chat. That's ridiculous. And as subscribers, it's not their problem what you do as a creator. And it is called being an adult, Jean. You're absolutely right. It is. It is just chilling and just having a nice chat, you know. Nobody wants, and I think everyone at this point is getting completely bored of all this fighting and drama. You know, they really are. Like Charlotte, I never thought she would lose subscribers from all this fighting, but she's lost like 180 subscribers. Excuse me. Like, that's a lot of subscribers to lose 180, you know? Some channels in other genres, is that what say? Have huge problems with exactly this. Is obnoxious. It is obnoxious. I think I said that right. I'm doing good at this with these words. I even read Cologne right. Without anyone having to like spell it out for me. My English is so freaking bad. I'm such a bad. That is a lot. It is a lot. And it's not your guy's problem. If I'm fighting with somebody, how does that make it your problem? Like, just for example, if me and Krista has a disagreement, that's between me and Krista. We're big girls. We're grown adults. We can figure it out between ourselves. You know, it might not be right away. It might be a week's time or something, but we will figure it out between ourselves. It shouldn't be other people's problems. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous. And I never would want anyone to feel like that in chat either. Like, everybody's welcome here. It doesn't matter who you are. And if I don't want to read a comment, I will just go past it. If somebody's being bitchy or something, I will just go past it. I won't even read it. I'm not about it. And besides which, I'm tired. I'm too tired to play these silly games. Really, it seems to me that a lot of people take their online hurt feelings way further than they would if they were real life ones. Oh, I 100% agree. I said this the other day, though, Patty. I think that with this lockdown and stuff, I think that a lot of people have took their online very, very seriously, and they their life revolves around online. Does that make sense? Like everything revolves around online. And that's, you know, sometimes you just need to put your phone down. Like sometimes you just need to put your phone down. Like sometimes like Joanna will message me and I won't reply back for a little while. Patty messages me. Sometimes it's 24 hours, 48 hours before I reply back. Sometimes I just don't look at my messages because I just don't want to deal. Like, sometimes I just put it down, especially the last few days with everything going on in real life, people being poorly, people being in hospital, people passing away, babysitting, there's stuff going on in real life that you can't always deal with online stuff. And I think a lot of people are taking a lot of the online stuff so personally. And I think like just with like Charlotte and AZ, like T-spiracy, like I'm still sticking to my first thing. Although I do think I'm not going to like dispute that there's more to the story. There will be, of course. There's always three sides to the story. But AZ, I just feel like she wanted her friend to stick up for her. I feel like she thought was a real friendship, and she wanted her friend to stand up for her. I'm so bad at responding. Me too, Krista. I'm so bad. Like, ask them. I'm terrible. I'm really bad. There's gone real life instead of online is way much. Yeah. Discord is toxic as heck. It seems confusing. I have friends that seem confuse Facebook with real life too. It's really sad. Yeah. It's a big part of my life, but thank God it does not define my life. Same. Like social media is a big part of everyone's life, but there's a certain point that you've got to be like, step back. I've been so sick, I've just not wanted to look. But that's a good excuse. You've needed time for you to be you, and you to get better. The most important thing right now is you being well and you being better. I think is worse because people think that they can say it because it's private and they can say all this stuff in there. But with every single one in these discords, there's always too many in there. I'm in a Discord with two other people. We don't fight. We never fight. If one of or all of us just don't want to talk, we just don't talk. Nobody takes offense. Nobody gets their ass in their hand about it. And then other times we're in there like all the time chattering away. It is we've done it for the longest time. We don't fight. We don't do anything shady. We just like gossip. We just talk. I don't get me started on Reddit. That's an absolute garbage. I do not understand Reddit. I'm sorry. I've tried. I don't get it. I tried to look earlier because I was looking for something and I can't do it. I've got to get one of the girls to find it for me and send me the link. I am absolutely crap. Is that like a chat here? Discord is just like an inbox, but with a group of people. So it's like you have all different rooms, like, I've been modeling and entertaining for 15 plus years. You have to take your breaks. Definitely, Chrissa. After all of that with me getting into a bit of mischief a couple of months ago, I needed that break. I needed me to step back. I was becoming somebody that I'm not. And I could see that, my Discord isn't drama. Yeah, but you wouldn't tolerate it. You'd be like, no. A lot is, though. Like, mine isn't deep. It's not mine. Well, it is. It's ours. It's just the three of us. There's no one. It's not, oh, it's mine, yours. It's ours combined. And we don't fight. We don't fight in there. There's no misunderstandings in there. We just talk. We're just friends. And like we share personal things in there. It is just the three of us. We've all agreed that we'll never add anyone to it. because when you start adding, I think that's when it can be a problem. But we've all agreed that we're not adding anybody, nobody's allowed in there. And it's just us. It's just us chilling, and we never fight, never have disagreement. And yeah, it's not like fighting and disagree. We'll normally just like be like, oh, I don't know, I think it's more this, and then we'll come to somewhere in the middle that we feel is right. Somewhere in the middle. I started Discord for a few family and friends to discuss Big Brother. When the season is over, Discord will be too. See, I don't mind those kind of Discords. I would never have a channel Discord again, ever. Like, ever, ever. I tried it twice, and twice it blew up in my face. And I don't think I can be held responsible for what other people put in Discord. And I found myself that being held responsible for what other people put in Discord. And I'm like, how the frig is that my fault? Like, how is that my fault that somebody else put something in Discord? Do you know what I mean? I barely have many people in there. Yeah, I think that's the best though. Like when I had my channel Discord, it was when I was going after Katie Joy, so there was a lot of people in there, and there's always so many personalities and a bunch of girls. Like, do you know what I mean? A bunch of girls. We're all bitches at the best of times. You add our monthlies on top of that, stresses of, you know, like working, and everyone's been, there's very few that's been able to have a job through this pandemic, like we've only just started getting work in now. We had zero money for the longest of time. We're just starting to get work now. So money will start floating in at some point now over the next few weeks. But other than that, we didn't. We had nothing. So that's stressful as well, Thank God I stockpile. I can actually, I managed the whole pandemic and didn't really run out of anything. We were really good, weren't we?
Mm-hmm.
But it did take me like £400-500 to fill my stockpile back up. It's a lot, like, and just like silly things like when you want to order a Chinese because, you just fancy one, but you just haven't got the money, even though it's only like £20, say, you can't because you can't afford it. Things like that are stressful on people. And you add that then into the equation. Somebody says something, you take it the wrong way, and a whole fight. And it's always the case, Is Patreon like a Discord? Patreon is toxic too. Patreon is like it's like a membership thing, I believe, that you can like have private videos. So like I could put this into a private video that only certain people could see. I haven't got a Patreon. I think I set one up a long time ago, but I didn't. No, I didn't sort of. My membership is probably the only sort of thing, and there's only a few members to my channel as well, to be honest. There's not many members to my channel. You have to pay for a Patreon, is pretty much the same. Yeah. I know some creators that do Patreon streams, and that's where they'll bitch and talk their nasty, like, as much as people say, like Katie does her nasty on IG, there's some people that do their nasty on Patreon because they feel, or members only, because they feel that like they're safe to say it, kind of thing. Yeah, I've had to ask for help in the past and been bashed for it. Yeah, it's bad. It is bad, like it really is. And like money have sucked for us for like what, 18 months now. It's been bad. But we're quite lucky that we have got a few friends and family up here that can help us if we desperately need it. But we're also ones that like hate asking as well. We do, obviously, if we need, but we always hate asking. Like, ugh. How is a Patreon tax? It always goes from YouTube membership then. It also goes for YouTube membership then. I think the membership is different. If like I don't know much about it, if I'm honest with you, Dot. But with the Patreon, it's like behind a closed door. So they're having a live stream behind a closed door that nobody else can see. Like I can put members on here now and only members can chat. Where with a Patreon video, they can have a live that only Patreons can see. So do you know what I mean? As much as you have been through, I'm not surprised that you've needed help. Yeah, exactly. And it's okay to need help. I don't think that we should be bashing anybody that needs help, you know? We should be supporting people and like appreciate that they're asking, you know, because it's not nice for people to have to ask for help either, you know?
I mean, you can't help people on that.
You know, I
You
wish
help
I
by
could,
supporting, by
I wish
supporting
I
them.
could have helped Krista when she needed it, but I was just as in a bad situation. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you don't, it's not necessarily just supporting people
No, I
financially.
supported, like, went to a channel, made sure I'd liked everything and watched
You
everything
can
and done
support
that, but
people in different-
I couldn't support financially. I wish I could because she needs it, but we didn't have it at all. Like,
kind of thing.
do you know, and don't have it. Yeah, and don't have it. So our membership only lives. Membership only lives, I think you can do so nobody else sees, but I'm not 100% sure, Dot, if I'm honest with you.
You can do membership only videos, which only
Oh
members
yeah,
can see.
yeah, you can do that. You can do member only videos. That's true. I don't know about the lives, but with Patreon, everything is behind the paywall. I just know that much. Sorry, I'm not very good at this. I apologize. I wish I could answer all your questions, but I'm not that adverse with it all either, to be honest. I know a live you can put like members only chat on and have just members chat, but I've only got like a few, so it wouldn't work for me. Oh, you're too sweet. Krista, trust me, if I could have helped you financially, I definitely would have. I wish we were in a better situation that we could help you more because you definitely deserve and need the help. And we understand, like, I've been in hospital a lot a few years ago, wasn't it? And it's just hard. Like, people don't realize the cost of being in hospital. You think it's like nothing, but it's not. Being in hospital is so freaking costly. I wish we could like help you more. I can do like the little things, watch and like your videos and stuff like that and put them on, you know? Oh, and I got the YouTube stories now only since I hit 10K. Congratulations on hitting 10K, girl. That's amazing. I love that little stories things are cool. You can do YouTube members only lives. Can you give them the link and only they see? You can do you. Oh, okay, I get it. Sorry, I'm not very good at this sort of stuff, Dot. As you can see, I'm pretty dumb when it comes to this kind of thing. I'm not that I believe the member only lives are just non-members from commenting, but everyone can see it. I'm really not good. I'm sorry. That's really good. I can't believe you hit 10K. You've done so well. Like, that's brilliant. I have a person who manages my channel and updates when I'm sick and can't see, will also co-host a couple of times a week. Oh my God, that's brilliant. That's amazing. Congrats. That's brilliant. You deserve it though, Krista. You've worked damn hard on that channel. Like, people should be like giving you loads of support. You've worked bloody hard and managed to stay to the drama on the most part, you know? Well, she does. She stays out 99% of the time. She'll have an odd little bitch here and there, but on the most, on the most part, she'll like have a bitch and then go, listen, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have got involved. I'm done. She won't like continually have a fit on somebody. If somebody pisses her off, she'll normally go, Fuck you. And then go, oh, dang it. Nope, forget it. I'm done. She's pretty good like that. But that's probably why her channel has grown so good, because she is like, enough. No, there is both members only lives where only see and chat, or members only chat. Oh, okay, that makes sense. There are some channels that have videos that are not viewable, only viewable by members. Yeah, I did one of those videos just to see. I know I can do the video. You can also have subscribers only chat now. Oh, right, okay. Oh, I saw that actually. Yeah, I saw that on somebody else. I don't know who it was though. Yeah, I can't remember. I remember seeing that actually just recently though, just the other day, like maybe yesterday or the day before I saw it. Well, yeah, I will. You do, don't you? Normally you'd have like a little bitch and then go, ah, dang it. No, wait, I'll take it back. I'm sorry, I'm not getting involved. You don't normally, like 99% of the time, you're just like, yeah, it's not my fight. Not my fight, not my problem. I'm definitely taking some of that from you. I'm going to follow my leader on that one, Chrissa. And I think it's okay. We can talk about drama and talk about the stuff going on in the community without being involved. Do you know what I'm saying? Is that you can have that like conversation about things going on, and even if you are a member, the iPad won't let you see it. Only viewable on an Android phone. Oh, I didn't know that either. Okay, wow. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that either. I gotta be honest, I didn't know that. I don't really do it though, to be honest. I don't put member stuff on. Like if I get more members, which I probably won't, but if I did, I'd probably do like member only chat once a week or something like that. But yeah, but with not being drama, generally people won't watch the fighting ones, you know what I'm saying? Patty, can you do me a favor? Can you go to Chris's channel, grip the link and put it in the stream for me? Just so that everyone... Yeah, I think she knows how to get a link. But Patty's the only one that's mod that can do it. And you're about to play a game. Just so that link's in there. Steve McRae doesn't subscribers only. I think he wants subscribers. Yeah.
That's normally what it's for.
I'm not really that bothered. I know a lot of people that watch me don't subscribe, so I'm okay with that. Yeah, that's a fact. I will talk about it, but then not be in it. Same.
That's what I mean. It's a big difference.
It is a big difference. We can talk about it and have a little bitch about it, but not be involved in it. There's no reason for me to become a member because I can't access any real benefits with the iPad. Yeah, I don't blame you. You need to subscribers only also. Maybe that's where I seen it. Maybe that's where I seen it on unis, maybe. I can't remember, but I remember seeing on the chat bit, and I could chat because I was a subscriber, but you know, Joe, you're growing slowly but surely. That's true. Tell me how. Okay, don't worry, I'll get Carl to do it in a second. Actually, I can do it myself. I got my other phone. I keep forgetting that I got my old phone still. I can do it. I think everyone is subscribed anyway, but we'll just to be sure. No, I got it here. I forget that I got this one. Share, copy link. I got it. There we go. I did it. I'm subscribed. There we go. Sorted. Just in case anyone is unsubscribed to Chrissa, or hopefully she'll be let out of hospital later, and then you should be able to go live and give you updates on how she's doing and stuff. I have to go now. I'm going to be getting off in a minute as well because I've been on for an hour and a half. I just wanted to do that. Have a nice evening or night now. It's 8:30 your time, 20 to 9. Oh, no worries, Krista, of course. No, we don't. I think all of them are sub to Krista anyway, to be honest. We share the same subs on a lot of the part. KG and Siwa, I've done sub only streams. You get set to different days since everyone's subbed. Like only subs can subscribe 3 days or longer. Oh, okay, I get it. I get it. Good chat, doll. Thanks, babe. Yeah, I get it now. I guess that's why people are doing it so that they can have a chat. Have a good night, Ria. Well, I'm going to get off as well because it's getting on. I appreciate you all joining me. Thank you so much. And I will speak to you all soon. Bye, guys. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate you all. Bye. Love you guys.